podcast, we gon' talk about it, yeah, we get it poppin'. Every Wednesday it be essential, we are the only options. Who they trust with their topics, even if it is toxic. Life and podcast, we gon' be here just to talk about it. We gon' talk about it. We gon' talk about it. Life and podcast, we gon' be here just to talk about it.
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Life Be Life and Podcast. Back up on the scene, I mean. I'm your host, Tony D. What's going on, bro? How you doing today, man?
Man, listen. All jokes aside, you ready? We gonna stop playing. Look, man, I'm outstanding. D to the J, still in the building like I ain't never left. Feeling 1,029,000,000%. Oh, so good, bro. And they know it's feeling right. Look, it's another Wednesday, man. Won't he do it Wednesday?
Hey, won't he do it, man? Psh, yes, he will. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey.
Indeed, man.
How you feel, bro? How you feeling?
Hey, y'all see what I got on tonight, man. So Philly then won the NFC East. We beat Green Bay convincingly this past Sunday.
Convincingly.
Yeah, and the crazy thing was we wasn't even on point.
Yeah.
So we play these Rams this upcoming Sunday. Hey, but this Sunday, yo, football in general, like, so you got Eagles and Rams, you got Washington and Detroit, then you got the Bills and the Ravens, and KC and the Texans. Like, yo, it's a lot of young versus, you know what I'm saying, prime versus rookies, smash mouth versus finesse. Like, this weekend is crazy.
We go see. So yeah, it's just a lot going on, man. And while we're speaking of the weekends, man, shout out to heavens to the Dr. Martin Luther himself. You know what I'm saying? Bro Ham's birthday today. And we gracious enough not to have to go in to work because Martin told us it is a holiday. Stay home. So, hey, 3 days is on the way. Look, we delayed long enough, bro. Huh?
I got 4. Ha
ha. My cousin baby daddy said he got forever. Hey, listen, bro. So look, man, tonight's episode, mental landmines. I'm very excited about this, bro. Very, very excited. Y'all see the disclaimer below. Bro, you want to run the audio on that real quick just before we get to jumping like Jordan in this thing?
Yeah, we go. Yeah. We gonna keep it live. Let's do it.
The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life and podcast are solely those of the artists, producers, guests, and hosts of the show. Any numbers, stats, or stated resources that are given, we do ask that you verify that information for yourself. The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life and podcast.
Not bad. I had it on the loop, but I just had to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if y'all know, if y'all been following, we definitely gonna have it on the loop for next week. It's gonna be a barn burner. But listen, bro, how often do you tell yourself, like, legit? How often do you say to yourself, I love me? To yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I say this for a reason. And y'all know I love to try to prove my points, which is why I love to argue, because I love to be right. Y'all ready? So, as we talk about these landmines, bro, I kind of started with, when the last time you told yourself that you loved yourself and really meant it, and you meant it with the same level of certainty that you would tell your spouse, your children, sometimes even like a prized possession, right? Mental landmines, the toughest battle is always going to be in the mind. Why? And it's often said, man, that like the thoughts, the internal narratives, they are so incredibly powerful, right? They're going to influence our actions. They're going to influence our emotions. They often make it real difficult to control. Negative self-talk. They create anxieties. It's things that is going to constantly arise within ourselves. It's almost like, in military life, they'll call it like a mole, right? It's like a mole within your own camp.
Yeah.
Mental landmines. Okay, so there are some things that kind of will speak to why this is the case. You got your subconscious influence. And so we kind of know the oversight, but I'm going to break it down just a little bit. So the subconscious influence, man, this is where your negative thoughts, okay, and patterns, they are going to operate on the subconscious level. It makes it real hard to identify and then also to directly address. And this is why you need to move mad easy when whatever you're playing or listening to while you're going to sleep, right? The subconscious influence. And of course, you got like an internal conflict. This is where our minds is going to grapple with like conflicting desires, leading to some internal battles. What should we do versus what we want to do? Self-criticism. This is another area, if you would almost say like a level of a mental mind battle. And this is where people are going to frequently engage in real grimy self-critique to themselves, right? And a lot of times that also causes a lot of our own stress. And then the craziest thing that I thought, out of all these mental battles and what makes it so difficult and really the most dangerous battle, it's an opponent that's not even tangible. This is not like a physical battle, bro. It's an enemy that you cannot see, but will constantly talk to you, is always there even when you don't know it, and they're speaking things that's going to make you move the way they want. But we can say all that and still be like, yo, but why? Like it's the toughest. Bro, trick out on this. And this is something lifers we've never talked about before, right? But it's one of those things, bro. Like, what if the reason that the mind was such a just violent battlefield or war zone? What if the reason for that is because the mind is the place where that old arch nemesis resides? That invisible enemy, right? That presents so many problems. It's almost like, who told you that voice in your head was from a good source? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like us, but it really ain't us. And anybody that's ever done music, had to record, saying, the first time we usually hear our voice recorded, we hate it. Why? Because we didn't know we really sounded like that. Because that's when you really hear your voice. Inside, it's something that sounds like you, but it ain't you. You want to know how it ain't you, bro? Because it's going to tell you things like, yo, your nose is mad big. You need to probably spend that money, get that surgery. You should just go against the grain and just alter your body from how you was created. La, 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 la. Like it's speaking doubt and hatred and what if and things like that. It's like, it's literally a battleground with the enemy that you can't see, but is there, that's going to speak violent things against you and try to persuade you one way or another, right, bro? And before I just keep kind of going on that, what is your take on like that danger zone, that battle zone, when we talk about mental landmines? Like, how you feeling about that, and even kind of like what I spoke on? What's your thoughts?
Well, I truly believe it, just for the simple fact that it was expressed to us as an early age. And if y'all know the old Looney Tune commercials, you know what I'm saying, like the character supposed to be doing one thing.
Yep.
He would go to do this, and there's, what I'm saying, one dressed in white, there's another one dressed in red. You know what I'm saying? So who's saying who was right and who was wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because many times you would say the one in the white you know what I'm saying, would be correct.
Yeah.
However, the one in the red was just saying, hey, just give in to your desires, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And where is the wrong in that if you are going to deal with the consequences of your desires? So let's start there. I really feel like that even in the day in the world that we're living in right now, man, we are seeing many people step on their own mental landmines daily.
Yeah.
And you kind of brought up how they would get there. You know what I'm saying? It's always this struggle. You know what I'm saying? The one I love, the one I hate. But sometimes I love the one that I love to hate because that's the one that's going to make me great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a constant struggle. It's kind of like if you sitting down, and just to make it real plain, you sitting down, you chilling, you watching, you know what I'm saying, your favorite program, you know what I'm saying, basketball, football, whatever. Wife calls from the other room. First instance, like, man, she know I'm chilling. If we're gonna keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck. So at that point in time, you got a decision to make. You have bing bing, they pop up on the shoulders, man.
True.
She can wait to the commercial.
True.
What if it's something important? Because if you don't go now, you go pay for this for a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always that struggle on. And of course, I'm being facetious, but I'm just trying to paint that illustration.
Yeah,
it can be straight to the child. You call their name, some children is going to come right through, huh? Some going to yell, huh, from the other room. Because they're engaged in something. It's really important to understand that is how the mind works. Because if we don't understand that as people, as humans, as parents, as spouses, there are going to be some good days. There's going to be some bad days. You know what I'm saying? It depends on which one of these dudes win today. So I really believe it, man. That mentality.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some people allow those two mentalities to manifest. They call it bipolar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They start to manifest, and we say these people are crazy or they're acting out, but in reality, they are actively listening to both minds at the same time. You got to choose. You know what I'm saying? Which one you go listen to. So I'll kick it off with that.
Yeah. So I really say, man, that I broke this thing down into almost 3 phases. And the first phase is the picture that I started to paint. And it sounds like you in agreement with me on it. And so, like you said many a time, there are 2 voices, and you gave the illustrations. You had good Tom the cat. Oh, Thomas, do what the, and then you had, nah, Tom, you had to get that mouse. You know, you had those things, right? 2 voices. But what if you don't understand what that source is? If I don't understand which voice belongs to what source, then how do I know if I'm ever doing what is really meant for me to do? And so, again, that voice that says harm yourself or others, is that of a good source? You know, but it was in your own head, right? Yeah. When it spoke, it sounded just like you, right? So how could it be possible to be a bad if it was your voice in your own head and you're supposed to have all this control? So,
well, so I'm going to taint it to like a kid.
All right.
Kids are very impulsive because consequences haven't really set in. They don't know anything about consequences. They know they may get in trouble with things of that nature. But how many times have you ever caught a kid that deliberately now did something that they knew they wasn't supposed to do, whether they lied or ate this or took that or messed up this? When you ask the child, why did you do that? First thing out their mouth is what? I don't know. I don't know. What made you do this? I don't know. And I feel like that struggle is beginning there because we know our child. You know what I'm saying? We know our child. And when our child does something way in left field, I don't know. But that's that voice, like you said, because they, at this point in time, have not been able to cultivate the battle against the impulse. You know what I'm saying? Big facts.
Yeah. And it's, man, I feel like the point guard, and I'm just throwing everything up. And I don't know if you looking, but you jumping and catching it. So boom. So you say that. Okay. So we understand about the voices. We understand that, I don't know. It's something that might be a driving force, and you can't even recognize why you're doing what you do. And so as that kid is consistently doing something that's against everybody's will, they're getting disciplined, they're getting yelled at. What about these parents that's talking slick? That's why you just like your daddy, you ain't never gonna be nothing. You dumb, stop acting stupid, shut the F up, sit the F down. Now you have this verbal assault, right? So
yeah. Now it's war.
Right. And the killer part is, especially if it's a kid, and I'm gonna touch on some of the statistics a little later, but by the age of 14, 55% of people with mental health have already started to develop an illness. So that means by the young ages, the shaping and the molding ages, they've already started to develop mental issues. And you just said, here's a child that's, I don't know, and as a parent, go to your effing room and is beating them, and they develop whatever. And I'm talking about mental beating, because we ain't no spoiling the ride. You know what I'm saying? Spoiling the child. I'm sorry. So you have all these things that's going on in their mind, bro, and now they start to develop the self-esteem issues, the I'm not smart as nobody else issues. So now they're not raising their hand in class. Now they falling behind. Now the actual physical manifestation of stuff is starting to catch up with where it started mentally. And again, why is this important? Because the battlefield in your mind is where everything is taking place. And this is where this old arch nemesis really, really resides. This is where they reside. And knowing that this is where most fear is introduced even to a child. It's things that they mind. That's why when you're going up the basement steps, you take off running. Ain't nothing there. You ain't seen nothing, heard nothing. Your mind, it's a fear induced. You get the jetties. You hear me? Usain Bolt could not see not nan kid in the hood that's got to come up the basement steps. You start him at the bottom of them steps.
The dark basement steps.
You hear me? And don't let it be one of the ones where the light switch is all the way at the back. You like me? So lifers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like me on that one. So look, what if that fear-induced encounter that was on that level, if this battleground gets bloody enough and bruised enough and gritty and grimy enough, they will never ever choose to want to fight again. And the ultimate goal can really be accomplished, which is to keep them from being whatever it is they were destined to be in life. And so now introduction of drugs, sexual promiscuity, you know what I'm saying? A lack of self-worth, disregard for society. Then we start to see all these different things and we want to get our phones out. So, bro, how you feeling, man? It's 8:19. We hit that break. Want to hit the break?
Let's get it. You ready?
Let's hit it.
I got that victory.
I know it's hard, but keep going. I got that victory. Y'all already know it. My God is already running. Satan 0, team guy 100. My V's up, 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 I got that victory, I got that victory. Let's go. I woke up this morning singing that Ruben stuttered. Okay. Oh Lord, I need an angel.
Give me one.
When I got done with
that was bumping Natasha Cobbs. Continue to break every chain that I know I got. Yeah, I seen the news, I read the papers, I'm in the hood. Between Avion and Mike Brown, I'm heartbroken. But this victory that I'm walking in is gonna fix it all. In my darkest hour, my God is woken, I'm quick to call. I'ma use my pain for some gain. Throwing up my V's while it rains. Put a praise on it, it's gonna be okay. And you better not touch them kids, they with me, okay? I know it's hard, but keep going. I got that victory, y'all already know it. My God is already won it. Satan 0, team guy 100. My V's up, 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 I got that victory, I got that victory. The Bible say I'm way more than a conqueror. And you better believe it, homie. This ain't for believers only. For the sick, for the hurt, for the lonely. I'm here to say God is with you. Stump Satan to the ground. You've been waiting so long. Now it's time to go and get your issue. My spirit say to read Deuteronomy. My spirit said to read Deuteronomy. Chapter 20, verse 4. I got that victory, got my enemies no more. See how I use that pain for my gain. Kept throwing up my V's while it rained. Keep putting them praises on it, it's gonna be okay. And you better not touch our youth, they with me, okay? I know it's hard, but keep going. I got that victory, y'all already know it. My God is already won it. Satan 0, team guy 100. My V's up, 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 I got that victory, I got that victory. My V's up, 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 my V's up.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Shoes, man. We appreciate you allowing us to continue to support you, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, true that.
All right, bro. I know it's about to get deep, man. So I just readjusted and strapped in. Let's get it.
Hey, man, get your floaties, B. So look, you know, we always like to recap what we talked about. So life is, if you're just now tapping in, you know all the ways, the platforms. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. The best duos and rings or ranch is back in the building once again. But listen, so as we're talking about mental landmines, the war of the minds, we spoke on again the things that kind of take place inside that voice, that where's the source, things like that. A lot of people. I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday that was talking about how do you know if anything is real, this, that, and the third. No matter what you believe, it's always based on another man-based thing. And I get all of that. But listen, we all can acknowledge that if we all just stop talking and we're silent for the next 10 seconds, and I tell you to think about what it is that you want to eat for dinner tomorrow, as you're processing that thought, you will hear those words and those ideas. And so a lot of people, the concept is so you don't really need your ears to hear, because you can hear that voice still talking to you inside. If I tell you to think about what you want to get for Christmas, you can see it. So your eyes do not need to see to paint the picture. So we know that there's things that go on mentally, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And this is why we talk about it's important to bring all your thoughts under subjection. And so even if there's those voices and you know everything isn't of a good source, because sometimes that voice will tell you to wild out or crash out, bring it under subjection, man. It's 2 Corinthians, bro. That's chapter 10, verse 3-5. And it talks about the weapons of our warfare, that they are not of the flesh, but they have divine power to demolish strongholds, allowing us to take captive every thought, right? Excuse me. So there's a lot that deals with thought. That's important just to put some text around it, lifers. It's highlighting a spiritual warfare that was taking place in the mind, right? It's a battle. It's not a physical one. It's one that's against the negative thoughts and self beliefs. Taking thoughts into captivity, which is one of the exact phrases. And this is the idea to actively control your thoughts, and to align them up accordingly. Strongholds, that's representing deeply rooted negative thoughts or beliefs that need to be broken down. And we know these things, bro. We know that there's things that's telling us, that's talking to us. You hear it, was it then which when it was good, I didn't want to do that. God forbid, it was things, the sin that appeared unto me unto death, right? There's just so many different things, bro. So we talked about the spiritual aspect. I want to change it up a little bit, and I want to go a different route. So what was this, about 2 days ago? And this was here locally. There's a news report of an active shooter walking down the middle of the street. And so as the story gets a little bit more information, this gentleman got into a solo car accident, exited the car angry, began shooting in the air as well as at random vehicles that were passing by. And this was in a heavily trafficked area at this time. And I believe it wasn't rush hour, but it was a prime point of the day. It was like lunchtime. Well, am I right? Somewhere around there, like 12 to 2, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so ideally, how everything came to a head is the shooter got into a shootout with authorities. Apparently he was saying things like he wanted to die, and he was ultimately hit by a police vehicle, also shot, and he did end up losing his life. I gave the background on that because one thing that I seen, and it happened often, was there was somebody that was like, look, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. He asked for it.
I've seen it. Yep.
Yeah, people's like, man, whatever. I had da 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 happen to me. Like it was just super grimy comments. And if we want to be honest, man, who really woke up Monday morning with the mindset that, yo, I'm gonna go out here today, wild all the way out. I'm gonna shoot up the joints, shoot it, whatever, and get hit by a car. Probably gonna leave today. You know what I'm saying? Mental, right? What's your thoughts?
I wholeheartedly agree, man. When I first seen it happen, I was at work. I seen the first part where the gentleman was walking down the street. And by the way, y'all, this was here in St. Louis as well. But I seen him walking down the street, and I seen him firing into the air, and I'm like, man, like, what happened? To get to this point.
Right.
Which now here we go. So as we're talking about mental landmines, so they're present. They're present in our thoughts, and that's why bro just said, you know what I'm saying, we got to keep our thoughts under subjection.
Right.
They're there right now. You know what I'm saying? I could be having the thought just to flip all this over. And of course, it's not what I want to do because I'm involved in something. However, if I let the dark side start to tap in, you know what I'm saying, I could do that.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed in a lot of situations, there was a story a year or so ago about the young lady who was going through custody battles with her child's fathers, and put the kids to bed and set a match, and took her and I believe it was 4 kids with her. And I'm looking at these situations, even myself, my own suicide attempt. There was a trigger, possibly a series of triggers, So if you know anything about a landmine, is placed in an area for a couple of reasons. It's placed there to maim,
Yep.
kill, destroy. Okay. But if you also notice that a landmine is not placed like an open barrier, like a fence or a gate or a sign to make it obvious.
Mm-hmm.
A landmine is strategically placed on the battlefield. So the enemy, as they're coming through, navigating. So that's what we're doing in our everyday life. We're navigating. And then suddenly someone steps on one. Many times that it was fatal.
Yeah, true that.
Because once you step on a landmine, there's a click or a tick. Now it's depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's waiting for that pressure to be released and so it can blow up.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times if you look at movies and things of that nature, when someone steps on a landmine, what is their first inkling? Jump back. Sets off the landmine. And they jump back because it was pretty much instinct. This is what they do. Sometimes it is possible to step on a landmine in life mentally and process the situation. See, a lot of times we hit a situation and we're afraid to face the situation. So we jump back and it explodes in our face. And when that landmine explodes, we cannot control the radius of the blast.
Yeah. Or the
i.e.,
impact. Yeah.
spouses,
Yep.
children, friends, family. Y'all feel me? We can't control the blast because we didn't already lit the fuse. When we apply that to our everyday life, and people may say maybe that's too much, but it's like you are literally calculating your whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
From the time I'm at work, when it's almost time to hit the highway to come home, I'm already calculating and getting myself prepared in case there's an accident on 70. Make sure I go ahead and stay in this lane, so if I got to get off at Cary or somewhere else, I can hop off and still navigate my way home safe. Even whilst through that whole drive, now that I'm in the clear, pardon me, I'm navigating my way home. What kind of mood will my spouse be in, my kids? You know what I'm saying? How will I greet them? Even though my day may have been kind of hard, what kind of day have they had? Let me not bring that into the crib.
Yeah.
It's very important, people, that we understand that when we step on a mental landmine and that thing blows, erratic things happen. And when I say erratic, yes, a landmine blowing up, it is erratic. Because how do you step on something that takes off your whole leg and takes out somebody else's body?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we do those things in our own life when we step on those landmines and they explode. I.e., the man from, I believe, from Texas that killed his girlfriend and dumped her body. Might have been from St. Louis. I could be wrong. We've heard cases of women being shot and killed over a relationship dispute or a squabble.
Or even again here where the two employees at Amazon and somebody was fatally
Appreciate
stabbed.
that. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Again, and these are things that it started with the mind. But bro, I like what you be saying, man, and I knew you could kick the kickball far. Like I knew when you came up, I told everybody scoot back, right? You said two things, man, that was like stupid dope, right? So you talked about how a landmine works, and you talked about somebody steps on it, and you said, and there's a tick. But then the next thing you said was it doesn't activate until there's the pressure.
Until the pressure's released.
Pressure's released. Exactly. Thank you for correcting me, because that was exactly until the pressure's released. And I told y'all my brain is wild. This is what I heard. You know, I always tell y'all leave folks alone. These ticking time bombs, and they probably will be cool, but they blew up because a landmine don't go off until what you say, bro. The pressure's released.
Pressure's
You know where
released.
you know where the pressure came from? The pressure came from somebody else applying it. Leave folks the heck alone. That's first bar. Second bar. This is what my brain heard. You talked about all the things that a landmine is designed to do, right? And I'm a little slow. Can you repeat some of the stuff you said? A landmine is meant to. Well, what type of stuff?
It's meant to kill, maim,
Yeah.
destroy.
Yeah.
It is intended to keep people out secretly.
Yeah.
By surprise.
Yeah.
But they're strategically placed.
Yep. And if I am traveling in areas that I have no business, that would sound incredibly horrifying. But I know you like football. I know you watch basketball. You like basketball. Bro, besides defense, what's the other thing that you must play? Offense, right?
Offense and special teams.
Who is to say that a landmine place must always be negative? Bro, I'm here to tell you that sometimes a landmine is what we may need to place in our own life to keep folks away, to keep people that's meant to do us harm away, to keep that distance, to keep that separation, to keep that level of secrecy. Who's to say that you cannot be, and this is and even in that capacity, it's not that you're going out causing harm, but why not create that environment that makes sense to be safe for you? And so we talked about all the things that can take place in the mind, but what about the way that you heal them? So me setting up that space, it may look like, well, let's just say this, what's important to you? And that's a rhetorical question, lifers. But I like to read, I like to paint. My space might be me ducking off, grabbing my paintbrushes, vibing out with some music. Somebody else is maybe going to play hoop. Somebody else might be blase skip a. So that landmine doesn't always have to be necessarily destructive if used in the correct manner. But I really like what you said. I wanted to touch on that. I definitely appreciate that from you, bro, because you was talking and it was just like definite aha moment for me. That pressure, leave folks alone, man. Keep stay in your lane. A lot of people will implode.
So another area of mental landmines, and you know, saying let me be that like DJ Clue real quick. And let me clear my throat. Many times we're carrying landmines on our own.
Okay.
We're carrying landmines, as we talked about earlier, from childhood. We're carrying landmines from past relationships. We're carrying landmines from work. We're carrying landmines of self-doubt, as we talked about earlier. The crazy thing about self-doubt, man, is that it'll make you believe that you can't do it. It'll make you believe that whatever landmines that have blown up in your life may have not been your landmines, but maybe you are in the blast radius of someone else's. Your mama, your daddy, their relationships, them fighting.
Yep.
Could be an uncle that wasn't supposed to really be around kids. It could be a bully at school. And now sometimes we are in those people's blast radius. And some people are like, well, what do you mean? So when I explained the landmine earlier, as it explodes, there are particles and stuff that go in all directions for so many feet. Now, of course, the person that ignited the landmine probably may or may not survive this. They may not recover. But as you get further back, even though you were in the blast area, you caught bits and pieces of the shrapnel. It's important for you, you know what I'm saying, to understand this piece in my arm was not having my mama in my life.
Mm-hmm.
This piece in my side because I got bullied in school. This piece in my shoulder came from possibly alcoholic father beating on me. We have to understand that even as we may get hit with shrapnel from other people's landmines in their own life, we don't have to become a product of the landmine.
True that.
We got to understand that we are all fighting our battles cohesively and separately on the same battlefield. We're fighting for equal rights for all human beings, but we still got to yell out Black Lives Matter. We're fighting for marriage for who we love, while other people say it shouldn't be. Who am I to judge? We're fighting trying to put our kids in better situations so possibly we can disarm some of those landmines in our lives that we have mistakenly placed in theirs.
Yep.
We have to understand that as we're fighting these battles, husband fights a battle, wife fights a battle, but yet they fight battles as a unit. Just like this other couple around the corner, down the street. Y'all, we got to understand that at the end of the day, we're responsible. Regardless of the action, regardless of the consequence, regardless of the fallout, we are responsible for each and every landmine we place down on purpose or on accident.
True story, bro. And there's so many things that we really need to do to change a lot of this up, man. I talked about, kind of like reeing up on that mental space. How do you get your mental back? And really I call it the Waterfors. You know what I'm saying? And it's like positive thinking versus negative thinking, the Waterfors. A lot of times we be so quick to we wake up and it's almost like, man, what if this don't go this way? What if this don't go that way? What if you stop saying the negative things and you speak towards something positive? Right? And so a lot of us out here, we've read books, the Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We reading all these books. Are we really believing what we reading? And so when we started this episode, bro, this is why I said, and I opened up with, when's the last time that you told yourself, I love myself, and you meant it with the same level of intensity and certainty that you tell your wife you love her? You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I say to my wife I love her, I'm speaking from the aspect, this is a person that I'm willing to die for, but it's a person that I absolutely would kill for. Can you tell yourself that you love yourself? If you start your day like that and you truly begin to say, I love me, then a lot of the negative things, the narratives, the suggestive thoughts that aren't in your favor, that your brain tries to kick to you, you can do away with all that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm spending my day saying, and it's a buildup. You know what I'm saying? It's a build-up game. It's like a lot of these little whack dudes that be thinking they code and they want to spit and they can rap, and I'd be like, yo, you probably want to work on that poetry first. Like you gotta be you gotta build up. You know what I'm saying? So you starting off initially saying, what if I have a good day? What if this goes in my favor? What if it goes the way I'm planning? And if you do that enough, that muscle builds up, and now it turns into, because you can carry a little bit more, push a little more. I will have, I shall have. And you start to command different things. Now, why is that so vital? Because I don't care what walk of life you come from. If you a Bible pusher, the Bible talks about speaking those things that are not as though they are. If you know what I'm saying, self-conscious and you in tune or woke or whatever somebody wants to call it, you are your own universe. You command things to you. You have the law of attraction. It doesn't matter what spin you want to put, bro. All of them lead back to the fact that if you open your mouth and you speak what you want to happen, and you believe with absolute certainty that it shall happen in the manner that you see, I have not seen any culture, religion, belief, it doesn't matter, that has said that won't work. And that's just the real. You know what I'm saying? You like me, like that's real. So what ifers? Change y'all thoughts, man. If y'all are out there in life land, all of our lifers, if you find yourself or you know somebody, I was talking to somebody today. Do that. Change the narrative. What ifers? Unmute, bro.
My bad.
Yeah, my bad.
Shout out to Brandon as well.
Yeah. No. I see it when you post when we flash that comment. I seen it go off. My bad. I tried to catch it.
You good? Yeah, I know we try to keep it a buck at all times, man. And you asked, man, you know, when was the last time that you told yourself, I love me?
Yeah.
It's been a long time, man.
A while in it. Yeah.
It's been a long time. And the reason why it's been so long, and I feel like that we get caught up to where at one point in time, we were the main character.
Yeah.
Now we're supporting cast.
Absolutely.
We're a husband.
Yep.
We're a father. We're a brother, uncle, friend. And sometimes, man, you get caught up in trying to make sure everybody else is good. And the crazy thing is, and couples, I'm speaking to y'all real quick.
Yeah.
You get caught up trying to make sure that the other person is good, that your kids are good, and you never ask yourself, is you cool?
Yeah.
You push the envelope to make sure others are comfortable. You push yourself, just making sure that everybody else got what they need.
Mm-hmm.
You get off the phone with your spouse, I love you. If your kids are departing, the ones that don't stay with you, even if they do, hey, I love you. Family members, hey, I love you. I cannot remember the last time where I told myself, yo, I love you.
Yeah. It's deep when you think about it.
I'm gonna share something real quick, y'all. And this is gonna be my soapbox, and I'm gonna make it as brief as possible. So mental landmines, man. Like, as a father and as a husband, sometimes, when everybody go to sleep, I walk through the house and, I'm thanking God for all that he's done and, all that he's continuing to do. And when sometimes you're in the middle of a situation yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's very hard when you are the leader, when you are the protector,
Mm-hmm.
when you're the teacher, to really take a step back and say, man, I need help. It's hard, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're going through something. And the thing is that when you go through something alone, especially if you have a spouse or a family, that is exactly what you're doing. You're going through that alone because you're leaving them on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I admonish us men. It's okay to show emotions. Now, being emotional is something different, but to show emotion, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry in the correct fashion.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that we're not invincible anymore. 20s are gone. And the 30s are gone. We're thinking about now life insurance policies and benefits when I leave this joint. Okay, let's keep it real. We got to talk to each other more, man. I understand that we don't talk to one another because we feel like that if I tell someone the deepest depths of what I'm going through, I'm going to be seen as weak, that I'm going to be seen as a punk, that I'm going to be seen as whatever you want to say. Y'all know the B word. It ain't so, man, because the thing is that when you get behind them bars, can't nobody do nothing for you. When you get in that grave, can't nobody do nothing for you.
Yep.
Mental landmines, man. It's a lot of a lot of wives are tiptoeing around in their weddings, in their relationship, in their marriage, because man, we've put down so many things. We become aggressive. We become abusive, and I'm just saying this. There are a lot of men that are tiptoeing around in their marriage because the wife is the aggressor. I gotta tiptoe around my own house so I don't set them off.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, y'all. A lot of kids have withdrawn and not themselves anymore. I'm wrapping up. A lot of kids are not themselves and wrapping up. I mean, and regressing.
Mm-hmm.
They're regressing from their friends. They're getting quiet in school because we have put them in adult situations and no longer allow them to be a kid. So now they understand when they hear loud voices coming in, when they understand when they hear cursing, they understand when they hear furniture moving, that something that shouldn't be going on is going on. And we're placing that mental landmine in their life.
True that.
Y'all, I admonish you as I step down tonight that we govern ourselves. We always speaking on somebody else in their situation. Hey, it starts with me. And I'm Tony D. And that's all I'm gonna say about that, man.
Yeah, true that. Um, I feel like a lot of adults are still stuck in the kids' mindset, and it's because a part of us were never given the opportunity to grow and mature. So a lot of times when you see adults, and this is men and women, especially now more women that we're seeing social media wise become more aggressive even towards men. A lot of us can't control them emotions because we were conditioned to never be able to show them. And and for example, bro, if you think about when we was kids, it could be something we legit did, right? Blaka, we get slapped upside the back of our head. You start crying. Whoever slapped you, what? Give me some of the things they gonna say. Shut up before I give you something to cry about. You better not cry. Shut up.
Look what you made me do.
All these things, right? But it's in the midst of pain, in the midst of me wanting to cry out, in the midst of I should be corrected, and I should be. I have been told to shut up. Don't express yourself. Don't let it out. Don't let nobody. And when we walk in here, you better not wipe your face. It's all these things. And so now I'm 18, 19, 20, whatever. I get frustrated. I get upset. Somebody cut me off in traffic. Heck no. Ain't no way. Bro, they done stepped on my J's. And you think I ain't finna tear this club up?
Let me say this.
Yo.
If we run over, we just run over. Yeah. Just wanted to say it. So do what you do.
Yeah. So, it's one of those things, man, to where if I explode, you can't trip off of why I exploded when a lot of the attention should be, why didn't we do things to prevent it? What am I saying? Okay, everybody that made fun of old boy that lost his life 2 days ago, do you think that he never once reached out? He tried to pick up the phone. Hey, real rap. Let's go back about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to tell you why you got to be cautious. You got to be cautious of one, who you try to lean on for support. So you got to make sure your circle is Trump tight. But even going through something on my own and me trying to share what I was in that moment struggling mentally with, and I had already dealt with it. I went through all the steps like, listen, what I'm talking about, this is implemented into my daily. You hear me? Like, this is what I'm actively doing. You like me? Like, this is it. So I had already won my day back. I'm just explaining to you the process. Man, in the midst of me pouring out my heart, I was, hey, let me go, man. I got a call on the other end. So if I try to do a mental health check, bro, and you pick up the phone, and in the midst of you recognizing what I'm on and what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm saying, you like me where my mind is and all these other things, you sun me and then say, blah. You think I'm gonna spin the block with information again for you? Or how likely would I be to share with anybody? Right. So we are conditioning a lot of situations. Now that doesn't just in no way, shape, or form I'm saying, oh, it was wrong, but no, I'm not babying no situation that took place, because many a person could have lost their life. What I'm saying is that why are we trying to judge this person and we have no clue on what the enemy that they were facing was looking like? And so what I've started to really make certain that I'm doing is I'm speaking to all the positive things, bro. I'm not dealing with, like a lot of the negative thoughts, the self-induced thoughts that we've had since we were kids. You do away with all those things, man. Step out of your comfort zone to see if you're the only one that is truly in this situation you in. We thinking we're the only ones that's going through something. Nobody understands me but me. And the reality is, maybe you need to step out of your comfort zone. Step outside, period. Get out your house. Yeah. Find yourself a situation that's going to really put you in that position. Occupy your mental space and your mental time with things that are purposeful, that you enjoy. Like I said, for me, bro, it's reading, it's painting, it's writing. Yeah. It's other stuff, but I can't say. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put it out there, because then I gotta change the ratings of this show anyway. But I'm intent on making my mind do what I wanted to do. You like me, so
Yeah.
occupy your mental space. The last thing, bro, is celebrate every freaking win. It sounds stupid, it sounds simple, but people don't do it. You know, I had to get on you about even something about a birthday. People don't want to celebrate, but you celebrate the small things. Meaning, I remember it was a point in my life where my credit cracked over the 700 mark, right? There's people in 800s, 850 score. That ain't seven. If you got an 8 anything and your score just a 705, 710, that ain't nothing. But guess what? It was something for me. You got kids, bro. I know you know a lot of people with babies. You know a lot of babies. Matter of fact, DJ Bren, he right there with us, bro. Between all the kids you got, all the kids he got, all the kids I got, I think that's like 18 kids almost off the it's up there. But yet and still, when somebody gets pregnant again, what do you say? Congratulations. Kids graduate every single May. But when your little snot-nosed kids finally crawl across the stage, will we be telling them, congratulations? So what am I saying? It don't matter if somebody's done it before. Say congratulations.
So,
yup.
I got a comment.
Yup.
This is from the missus. She says, folks need to realize a cry for mental help can come in the actions of art, song, dance, etc.
Yep.
So just want to put that out there for the missus tonight.
That's real. And she ain't lying. And we definitely could feel a bus.
Wait a minute. No. What he on? What number he on?
You know what? I think this is 5. he
got me beat. He got me beat then.
All his kids gotta be on last. We all gotta make sure we got seats. Y'all can't sit together. Y'all figure out where y'all gonna sit. Somebody over there, I don't know. But they taking up all the seats. Hey, don't you hate that? You go somewhere, bro, and people will sit and they will spread out to where they take 3 good tables. You like, dang, we could be sitting there if they went. Well, what about, dang, they over there too. Somebody sitting here? Yeah, we over there. They spread out and just take up all the play lane, all the Ronald McDonald's house, all of the hamburgers.
He just confirmed.
I know it is. Look all them faces and look at them.
Hey, you got me beat. I got 4. I got 4. These many.
And the emoji is the wife yelling at the oldest 4 kids. But in all seriousness, celebrate your wins, man. So if that means that tomorrow you first off, the fact that you answered the bell, that gift we call life, you was able to pop that thing open. Man, so whether you believe in self or something greater, man, say thank you. Tell yourself you love yourself. Celebrate the wins. Hey, look, I'm gonna go to work tomorrow and I'm gonna have an amazing day. And guess what? If it start off rocky because of the big head people up in there, I'm gonna change that thing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna call audible like my Uncle Peyton. I'm gonna call that Omaha. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get our day right. And I'm gonna have that gratitude. And I'm gonna speak things into existence, bro. And I'm gonna speak those things that are not as though they are. And I'm gonna command myself to win on purpose. And if we can continue to do those things, we will, even though we got landmines in the mind that we planted, we didn't even realize where we planted them. And now we trying to backtrack and pick them joints up by going to therapy, talking to people, Life Be Life and podcast. Now we trying to go back and dig up these landmines, right?
Yeah.
And every time that we give thanks and gratitude and we speak peace and blessings and we're appreciative for the things that we are currently doing and we're sowing things of good value, we're finding those landmines, bro, and we're disassembling them joints. And that's where the healing process indeed truly begins. So that's it for me, yo. I'm D to the J. Back in the building like I ain't never left. I feel good, bro. Hey man, shout out to the Dean team. Word life, shout out to the Dean team. And you know what? Because they thought enough about me, bro, to pull up on me, man, and legit bless me with a bottle just to say we appreciate you. And I don't mean a lot of people, man. But just the fact that somebody thinks enough about you that it's went out of their way, celebrate your wins, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Because I remember a time, when Miss Berry, we told that Miss Berry little funky foottail tried to say I wasn't gonna be nothing in life, and look at your boy getting bottles of Patron. Yeah.
So I agree, bro. As we get ready to get up out of here, celebrate those wins. You know why? Because people gonna count your losses.
True.
But it doesn't matter. Just like I had to bounce back from my losses, every birthday is another win. Yeah. Every wedding anniversary, which is finna be number 19 in March, is another win. Yeah. Every child's birthday is another win.
All 30 facts.
Hey, but you know what, bro? Life gonna keep on lifing. And we're gonna be here to talk about it.
Big fact.
I'm your host, Tony D.
And I'm your host, D to the J. And for any of y'all funky yellow tooth heifers that's counting your boy out, cut your fingers off now. Still in the building like I ain't never left. Shout out to heaven. It ain't nothing and it's still a G thing. And bro, I think it's time we do what we came to do, kid.
Gotta say this before we go. Go Birds!
Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tap in with your boy, your host, Tony D to the J. Every Wednesday, Life Be Life and podcast. And you know,